Hello, hello, hello! What's up, folks? Howdy! Lord Shadows here today to wonderfull Chapter 784 review. Gear 4. Gear 4. Right! Ladies and gentlemen, in this chapter, we prove the other predictions of Gear 4 and something that everybody was waiting for Luffy for a long time, was wondering if he have it. Full armament body hockey. And he has it. By utilizing Gear 4, we not even find out how it looked like, but what's the signal of Gear 4, but you find out few new attacks, and actually are three, man. It are 3 new attacks that the power of Gear 4 give to Luffy. And before I get that part, I should only say this. Doflamingo is fucked up. After he just thrown to Gear 4, he was wondering, what the fuck? Why are you just shrinking? What's happening? Why is he still rubber? And all this shit. He's fucked up. He's doomed. Doomed. I tell you. It's doomed. He's doomed. But now we're getting there. So, at the beginning of the chapter was simple. We saw that the birdcage is shrinking and shrinking, and the civilians were trying to get to the middle of the sea, trying to save their asses, and their children, and their wife. And of course, we even have a few scenes with the AWSOME gang, Zoro, Kinemon, Kanjuro, and everyone trying to make a plan that will try to make, some point away, the birdcage shrinking slowly, so they can give Luffy much time, so he can defeat the Flamingo, in that point of view. So that in that part of the chapter begins some kind of a strategy that Zoro, Kinemon, Kanjuro, Chinjao, Orlumbus, Sai, Bay 5, and everyone else of the AWSOME gang were trying to slow down the birdcage so Luffy can kick the Flamingo's ass. So, like I said, Baby Fire, like I said, that's the most horrible thing. The horrible part for all the birdcage. And at the end, of course, because he called Sai honey. Remember, those two are gonna get married, so. And Apparence is drunk on the sword. And now kiss my ass. It's happening. Go, whatever. So Sai said to Chinjao, Orlumbus, and everyone, get their asses up! We're gonna birdcage to slow down. We don't want to die, and I personally don't want to lose my life now that I'm becoming my fucking Harpoon Navy leader. Of course, naturally, folks. So that's the part. The second part was Cavendish with Trafalgar Law, and by the way, Trafalgar D Water Law, had his arm put back. I know it was by Leah or Manashari, but I think it was Leah. I think it was him. His arm is back, and now the only thing that remains about the injuries to be cured, and Manashari and the Dentata will cure it. It's that point of view. And every time in that part we have Cavendish talking to Trafalgar Law, about that he never believed that the Dentata ever existed, and when he comes to the underground, port, when they were, exchanging for money the smile, devil fruits, and everything, he thought it was just a normal resource island, so he can, get the Marinomi and get the fuck out of here. Same point of view. But that's all this would happen after God Usopp saved them. Now, the only thing he tried to think was to kill the, to eliminate the Flamingo and everything. And of course, after so many fights and everything, Cavendish understands that he will not be the one who will kick his ass. Luffy is the one who will kick him because he's the main protagonist, for God's sake. Duh! So yeah, he said that after Doflamingo is defeated or killed, whatever, because he's a 50-50 chance of he will be killed or just defeated, unconscious. It's a 50-50 split. So he said that after Doflamingo's defeat, this, like always, like we did for Gecko Moria and for Crocodile, this news that Luffy defeated him will be a big time news that will be spread not only all around the New World, but all the other side of the Grand Line. Marijoa, Marineford, Alabasta, the East Blue, everyone, even the New World, even the Yonko. Don't forget Kaido. Don't forget Kaido, because after he hears the Doflamingo's defeat, he will not only be pissed that the Smile Factory is destroyed, but he will be pissed on Luffy. Because, from my opinion, he will not only blame Doflamingo, but he will even blame Luffy and the others to doing that. Revenge of a Yonko. It's the most terrible thing that happened in the world. But here's the thing. So after Doflamingo's defeat will be spread all around the world. The New World and the rest of the Grand Line. Those two, Trafalgar Law, the Trafalgar Law, Luffy, and the Straw Pirates will be big stars of these actions. And there will be, in some point of view, they will be blamed for that. I don't know if there will be compromised even Cavendish or Bartolomeo, even Bellamy, but I don't know. But we'll see. And even that time, like I said, Trafalgar Law's arm is back, and the Cavendish said him that he'll be cured and everything, and everything will be gonna be all right. He's not gonna die, and I truly don't want that. Duh. And even that, Trafalgar Law even added, say, "Of course I know that. I'm a doctor, idiot. I'm a doctor. I know that. My fucking mother and father were doctors from Flavance, the White Country." Duh. So here's the fun. So those were the simple parts of the Strolls and everything. And then I forgot to mention that when the birdcage is shrinking, he's bringing all the ruins of the buildings that the birdcage destroyed towards the citizens and everybody else. So, from some point of view, Luffy doesn't have much time. He will only have a little bit much time if Zoro and the gang will somehow slow down the birdcage. Because, like Violet said, because if the birdcage will be shrinked and everything, everyone's gonna be fucked up. Yo. So that's why, Ozzy was, Luffy, please, save my ass, save everyone, we're all counting to you. All that kind of stuff. And now, the big, best part. Like Gear 2nd, and the pose and everything, and the smoke goes out of his body and his blood boil and everything. And then when we have for Gear 3rd, when he, here's his finger and said, Gear 3rd, and he pumped up the hand, there will be like a giant hand of a giant. It's the same thing what he said to Gear 4, but for now, the pose is like that. Yeah, the pose is like that, and with his arm and hockey hands, he just, bite the hand, use the Gear 4, and... Yo, man! Oh, yo! He was all pumped up. First, his hand, and then the whole body became like a big, giant balloon. And there's when the best part came. Because after the Gear 4 was activated, he said like that. I have it right here. He said, Gear 4, Pound Man. So it appears, like everybody said, Gear 2nd was about blood, boiling blood and everything. The Gear 3rd was about bones. The third one it appears that is about not only muscles, but even pounds. Because after he became like a big balloon, because he became lighter, like a real gummy balloon. That's the point. So, but that's the best part. Because after he transformed into Gear 4, he became all full armored body Haki. Like everybody wished and asked the same question if Luffy has it. After they see Vergo in Pang Hazard using it. And there you have it, folks. Your wish has come true. Not only did he utilize the Gears 4, but he utilized full armored body Haki in Gear 4. Like I said. Because I said I didn't know it would be pounds. But I truly believe that he will be like some kind of a Nightmare Luffy from Thriller Bark. With armament Haki and all the stuff. And it was. Well, I know it's different, but it was. Duh. So that's the thing. There are a few points that have to be explained now. They are explained now. Like all thousands of fans around the world say it. He will have his full armament body Haki. Yeah, his full armament Haki body. Full body. Some kind of like Nightmare Luffy. And of course, it's about pounds and muscles. That's the main thing, Gear 4. But here's the part that when the Flamingo was laughing at him and everything, when he see him as a balloon, after you said Gear 4, I thought you would have something like a big ass motherfucker, a strong man, warrior, who will kick my ass, because he was laughing at him because he looked like a balloon. But that's the point. That's why he used Gear 4, because if you remember in 2 years training, he said he had to fight highly gigantic animals, monsters, to get his Haki training and everything, and he had to utilize the Gear 4 to beat him. So in one way, even that time, Luffy maybe knew that he had the Gear 4, because like he said, for 2 years when he was trying to fight the friggin', the gigantic monsters, the gorillas, the elephants, and everyone, from that island when Silver Rayleigh trained him. He said he will fight all these gigantic monsters. The only way to beat them is to use Gear 4. So in that time, it has explained that even that time in his training, Luffy knew about Gear 4, or maybe I can even be wrong. Maybe it was the first time he used it. Because if you remember, he trained for all the 3 types of Haki, and his Gear 4 is full body armament Haki. So maybe he learned that way. Because like he was training in the island, and somehow, at some point of view, he found out about this Gear 4 and how to use it. I know it's a 50-50 chance split. That's how I think. Here's the part. Now that he is like a pound man, lighter like a balloon. And he said, no matter how much my elasticity is strong, bigger, whatever, I'll make sure you will not make a single fucking move. And he was right. Until the end of the chapter, he was right. He's so quick because his Gear 4 is not only about muscles, pounds, full armament body Haki, but he's even about speed. Because he's when he is lighter like a balloon, he's much more faster than he was before. And he really make a dozen of strikes against the Flamingo, so he would be so quick to use one of his moves. And that's where the best part came, because that's the first strike that the Luffy used, and wow, what the fuck? You had to see his arms like they were cybernetic, like in the machines, when a robot or a cyber was preparing his robotic punch, when it all came, smaller and smaller and smaller, and to the end, to the bottom of his own arm, and then ready to boom. Punch the enemy. Robotic shit. It was amazing. It was amazing to see him because, like for a normal hand, elasticity, he just became, like, like springs. He utilized the, gum Kong gun. It's King Kong shit. You know, it appears that this string, you know, smaller, 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 and he used Gum on, Kong gun. I don't know if Ichiroda was trying to explain as that this punch was a strain from a normal punch of King Kong. I don't know if he used it like that. I don't know, but it was fucking amazing. This is the palace, and this is somewhere in the center of the sea of Dressrosa. And Doflamingo, of course, when he used the Kong gun, he tries to, you know, protect himself from this punch, but it wasn't enough. Because from the palace, he just... he will strike down from the palace to the middle of the sea. Gear 4 is amazing. It's amazing. Much more better than Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd. Yeah. And even now, and we even find now that, you know, when the civilians see Doflamingo and everything, you know, he were wondering, you know, he fly from nowhere. How the hell he arrived there? Doflamingo said, I wish I could know the answers as you too. So at some point, I don't know what the hell would happen. But it appears that Doflamingo was unconscious when Luffy strike down with the Kong gun from the palace in the middle of the sea. I mean, it's a really big, you know, strike. Just for example, like you striking from, you know, where I came from, for example. If you're striking from the center of the sea, he will fall down miles and miles into the water. Because where I now live is close to the sea. So, here's the thing. Palace? Let me see. That was hot, man. That was amazing. He's amazing. And after all that, you know, it appears that, like I said, the Flamingo, it appears it was unconscious and everything because he was wondering what the hell happened, how he finished there from the palace to the middle of the sea, how the hell he finished there. He was wondering the same thing with the civilians. And after all that, you know, the civilians all ran away from him and everything because they were scared, because now finally they know the fucking truth about the Flamingo and how big monster he is. Yeah. You only need now, in all these 10 years, to figure out how the hell the Flamingo is made it. And it was the best part. You know, after all this, the strike that Luffy gave to the Flamingo, here we have, you know, the Flamingo was thinking that with elasticity he can now even fly, but I don't think he used elasticity, you know, his Gear 4 and elasticity. I don't believe he used that, because those moves for flying, it reminds me of, you know, Geppo. Really, it reminds me that he can use Geppo, you know, the technique from the Rokushiki things. So I don't know it was his his Gear 4 or the Rokushiki, but it really reminds me of Geppo. So maybe he used it, maybe not, maybe it was the Gear 4, I don't know. But when he arrived there, the same thing will happen to his hand, the same thing happens to his feet. Smaller, smaller, and smaller, and he used another strike, fucking wonderful strike against Doflamingo, and it's called, how was it called? Yeah, Gum Gum Rhino Schneider. I don't know what the hell it means, but he gave him a hell of a punch with his two bare feet into Doflamingo's face. No matter how much hardened was his face, he couldn't resist the power of the Gear 4, the Gum Gum Rhino Schneider, and he fell down back to the ground again. He was unconscious and everything. And after all that, he tries to explain that no matter how much you are powerful and everything, you can't resist my speed, and I will make sure, like he said at the palace, he'll make sure they will make another move. Not a single move. And of course, when he rise up from the ground after all this, and I can assure you, he was really, really damaged. Really damaged. Like I said, the Flamingo is fucked up. Fucked up, man. He's fucked up. So there's the thing. So after he you know, rise up again and wake up and everything, Luffy used another new technique. It was called Gum Gum Cavalry Cannon. You know, at the beginning of this time, I saw him just like this. You know, Gum Gum Gum, oh, Cavalry Cannon, boom, like that. Just going right after the Flamingo, and of course the Flamingo when he was pissed and everything. How the hell he used Iron Hockey with elasticity? How he's not shrinking and everything, because if you remember, when he used the Gear 3rd, he's always shrinking, you know, he became like a little kid, like he was plenty of years ago when he was 8 years old. That's the thing. Yeah. So they was wondering why he's not shrinking, like he did to in his lobby, and to Thriller Bark, and to Sabal Archipelago, and Marineford and everything. He was wondering why he's not shrinking. But that's not. But that's a big deal. Because after the Luffy tried to strike him again, Doflamingo used the leg strike. It was called the hamstring technique, and tries to punch him. You know, it was full arm hockey leg. Was his strike, and he punched Luffy. And Luffy doesn't give a fuck. You know, it's like nothing. It's like a little tickle and everything. You know, he said, yeah, like, that will hurt me, yeah. That's nothing to me, man. You're done. You're doomed. And the end of the chapter, used again the Gum Gum Cavalry Cannon, and this time, it was a dark side shit. You know, if the first time we saw the Cavalry Cannon, he was going like this. But this one style of Cavalry Cannon, you know, his strike was going like this. You know, the same way just the laser beams from DC Comics Dark Side, they do. You know, because after he used the laser beams and everything from his eyes, they're doing all in different directions. And this time the Cavalry Cannon from Luffy did exactly the same shit. Until the Flamingo strike. And that's the end of the fucking chapter. We saw the relation of Gear 4, we saw the full new free tennis, and the explanation of the Gear 4. It's muscles, pounds, speed, and full armament hockey. Those are the 4 things that includes Gear 4. And that's the thing. Yo, after so many damage the Flamingo was given by Luffy, I don't think, for my opinion, he should surrender. Because the Flamingo will be fucked up. Because I don't know, in the new chapter he will use a new secret weapon, or some way he will try to stop me. Because if you remember, every single opponent that Luffy was fighting all this time, at the end of a battle, they always have a secret technique or a secret weapon. So maybe even Doflamingo has it. Who knows? Who knows? But here I'm done. This chapter was amazing. It was spectacular. Gear 4, he strikes even Doflamingo and everything. Yo, it was amazing. It was amazing. No words. I will give it a 10 out of 10. It's this week's chapter deserve it. Deserve it. So here I am done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. It's not that very difficult. You just use your mouse. Click, click, click. Give your thoughts and ideas. Give what you personally think about this Gear 4. What did you expect it? How you think, after all this transformation and everything. About these new techniques and everything. Will Zoro and the other guys will try to succeed to slow down the birdcage? Is the Flamingo fucked up? I bet it is. Peace, everyone. Drop your like, I would appreciate that. Drop your like. Peace, everyone. Have an awesome day. Lord of Shadows, signing off.